Welcome. In today's video, we are going to start building an inventory management software, and we are going to take an inspiration from Zoho inventory system. A few days back, I've been approached by one of clients, and he wants an inventory management system, and so I looked at it as an opportunity to show you guys how we can build an inventory management system from scratch. Okay, so we are going to build this from scratch, and I have few days, as you can see here, 14 days of trial. I logged in so that I can see what we can build and how it looks like, because it is good when you're going to build a software you actually benchmark with the existing software, and more especially from the renowned brands that have millions and millions of clients, because they would have gone and they have optimized the UI and they have done all those things that you would struggle with in the first place. You can see the UI is very clean and is always organized, and that's why I'm going for this one. I took about 6 hours looking for an inventory system, but I couldn't get a good one that is so close to this one. This one is so clean and somehow just optimized. So that's why I looked for this one. And you know, I'm a fan of Zoho. Zoho apps, like, they have millions and tons of apps that I wish we could build. As you can see here, they have all these Zoho e-commerce, Zoho what, they have all these stuff they have, and I think we'll be building one by one. You never know, we can at least cover most of them, and by the time you'd have really learned how to really architecture an application like this one. So we'll use, of course, Next.js and Tailwind and so many other tools as we'll be going on to the way, Prisma and all sorts of stuff. The databases, we look at how we are going to build this, and you can see by default you will go on to home, and home has these links. You can see here the dashboard. It has the getting started, recent updates, announcements. Okay, if you just go on dashboard, you have some of these analytics, which are really nice, clean. And then you have inventory, which is the big thing, why we are building the whole inventory system. And you can add items, and then they have put these items into very nice categories. For instance, you can add in groups. We'll see if we can manage to create that one. Then you have create a standalone items. Okay, and then here you have, of course, the arrangement here, and then you have like all these. When you are creating the new product, we'll see how we'll be doing this. You have item groups. Okay, of course, it brings you back to the same. If you click on the item, and then here item groups, I think just bring the same thing here. Okay, and then you have event adjustment. Then we have sales, and the sales have these, or these the customers, sales orders, and they have all these nice things here. Okay, the life cycle of a sales order. Okay, look at that UI, guys. Like, it is slick, really nice. Like, there is no fluffing, no any unnecessary things. I think they are so nice. Shipments, you have invoices. Okay, you have the receipts. Okay, you have these all these other stuffs you can see here. Okay, sales return, then there's a life cycle. I don't know if this is an image. Yeah, this is an image. Credit notes. Okay, and then we have finally we have purchases. Then under purchases we have all these integrations. Then we have reports. Okay, we have reports. We might not put documents. Okay, we might not put documents, but we'll stick to reports, purchases, sales, and all kind of stuff. Okay, but this is a nice thing, guys. If you're liking this, guys, smash the notification bell, subscribe, share the content. Building this, guys, and you put on your portfolio is just crazy. Okay, so you're just going to go and see how we can create this from scratch. I don't know how many episodes it will going to take us, but guys, this is really really nice. Okay, so these are reports, and you can see here reports, sales by customer. Okay, then sales by, we are going to have all these stuff, and we try to see how we are going to accomplish this together, guys. Okay, we are just going to see how we can accomplish this together. But this is really nice. Look at that, guys. Yeah, this is nice, this is nice. The UI is dope. The UI is really really dope, and we are going to use all these. We're going to use lucid icons, we're going to use tailwind, and we're just going to have fun trying to get all these things. You can see this search. We might just use shad UI. We just look at how we are going to accomplish this. This is really nice. Okay, so we have the landing page. So the landing page doesn't look so much nice. I don't know if we get a better nice looking landing page for our application, but as usual we'll have a landing page, really nice, coming up great. We'll have a landing page, and then after that, then we'll have the, of course, the authentication. I'm not sure if we're going to use Clark for the authentication. Okay, we might use Clark for the authentication purposes, for simplicity. Then we are uploads here on the items. If you go like on a new item, you'll see that we are going to use upload thing. This time I want to we're going to try upload thing. Last time we tried using we used Cloudinary. This time we are going to use upload thing. Of course, we are going to use MongoDB, and then we're going to use Prisma and all that kind of stuff. We are going to try to give ourselves this challenge, and we see bringing it to the end. You know, guys, you know me, always I always bring something very unique onto the YouTube. I want us to build something that is going to be really relevant when you put on your portfolio, and it can carry a lot of weight. Okay, so yes, we're going to build this together, and we'll see how fun it can be, and we'll be moving step by step, and we'll try to cross to get this as much as possible. I'll be releasing, I don't know how my schedule is going to be, but I might be releasing one video per day or one video per 2 days, so that we can just try to cross as fast as possible. The fact that I want this to give it to the client, and at the same time we have also to the fact that I have 14 days to try this, to see all the features. Okay, so yeah, guys, that is it. I just want to see how can I get this done in time. So coming up episodes, we're just going to look at how we are going to starting up. We might start with, actually, since this landing page is free, we are going to do the landing page last. So we are going to start right away with the dashboard, and I will be seeing you in the coming video. If you like this kind of content, guys, just subscribe to my YouTube channel, share the content. You can always follow me on LinkedIn and all other social media handles. Welcome to this episode, and this is going to be our first episode of building the invoice management software, and we are taking the inspiration from the Zoho inventory software. So this is going to mark as our first episode, and in this episode generally want to move around, want to get familiar with different parts of the software. We're also going to initiate our app. We start the new app using Next.js and Tailwind, and then from there we'll see how we are going to start managing slowly. Okay, so the first thing is just open. I have opened a new folder and I'm just running this command npx create new next applet latest inventory software. And you can see here they are saying I'm not using TypeScript, and guys, I'm not generally using TypeScript. For one, sometimes if it is you're a beginner, TypeScript brings in unnecessary complexity in the app. So instead of focusing on learning really the programming or the logic behind, you find you are nested into TypeScript, which I find not really necessary. If you are getting into learning right now the concepts, then afterwards when you have actually mastered Next.js or React, then you can actually start adding on top. You actually add on the TypeScript. So in future videos, I think we'll be actually looking at TypeScript. Of course, I will also create a TypeScript course whereby I will teach TypeScript. But at first, want to look basically at using Next.js core or pure Next.js or React, whereby we are not using TypeScript, so that we first understand the concepts. Okay, so I'm not adding TypeScript and ESLint, so just continue. We are using Tailwind, yes. We are using the source directory, no. And then we're using, of course, the app router, and then we are just using the default one, just like that. So it is just going to start creating this. So while it is creating, let's just dive into other things. So as you can notice, we have many pages, and the first page, of course, is going to be these pages which you find onto the front end. And these pages, if you see them, like the pricing, customers, integration, all these pages which are going to be on the front end, we have to put them or bundle them together, because you can see they share the same layout. They have this nav bar, then they have this footer. So all these pages, for instance, if we go to pricing, okay, so you can see they are all under like this inventory, I think, front. Okay, we can just like have they have this the pricing, they have all this thing just sharing the same nav bar. They have exactly the same nav bar, and that's why we just have to build them onto the front. When you go to the dashboard, you can see that everything has a different layout, and it is typically a different thing. Okay, so that means we have two different layouts that they shouldn't even meet at even any point in time. Okay, so you have two different layouts. That's the first thing. And we are going to start with the dashboard, and the reason being that since I have the 14 trial on the premium, I just need to use that time as we are navigating and developing. Okay, and then these other ones, they are free, so we can build these ones later on after we have finished the actual software inside. Okay, so yeah, that is the first thing. Let's see, the installation is still moving on. Okay, so now let's understand some of the things that are very interesting. So you can see basically the app has two important things. We have this sidebar. So the sidebar is in the same conjunction with all this the rest of this of the app, this side here. So you have this sidebar, that is one big component, and then we have also this other main component. Okay, and you see that this sidebar can actually go like that. We're going to see how we are going to be able to hide all these other ones. just like that. Okay, then another thing that is there, want to check like on responsive, what happens to the sidebar. So you can just go ahead and squeeze this. Actually, just like click on the responsive, I guess. Is it like not responsive? Let me just see. It is really weird to see that it looks like it's not responsive, but of course in the responsive this one goes off and it brings the menu icon. We just look at that. Okay, so that is not a big deal, but I guess it must be responsive, I believe so. But here I'm not seeing the responsive. We might have to really think about responsive by ourselves. Okay, yeah, but basically I think the application is meant for also for desktops, so it is not really much optimized for mobile apps. But of course ours is going to be really responsive. We cannot build an application that is not responsive. Okay, so we are going to start with this. Okay, and yep, so our application is done, and you notice that this is Next.js 14. Okay, so by the way, if you're having problems when you're installing Next.js 14, what you can do is first go and they will bring you something to do with Node.js. So just quickly go to the Node.js here and grab the Node.js 20. So just get this version, and you might just need to first uninstall your Node.js, or you can just simply download this Node.js here 20. I had to actually add in my Node, I guess, like the version. You can see I have Node.js version 20.9, which is actually this one. Okay, so you have to install the new version to make sure everything is working properly. So I'm just cd into this. Okay, I'm just going to open this in the code. Okay, and let me close the other one, and we have this one. Okay, so this is our app. I'm just going to quickly just go to the just bring the terminal out. So I'm just going to bring the terminal, and you know I always use the styles for styling. I always use Tailwind versus SAAS. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and install SAAS. So you can just say npm install SAAS. Okay, meanwhile as it is installing, I'm just going to change some things here. The first thing I always do is I rearrange this app inside this. Instead of having the global css inside the app, I simply write styles outside. Okay, so just going to create here styles, and inside these styles I'm just going to create there the main.scss, and this is where like all our styles are going to live. So inside here I'm just going to create a new file called main.scss, as simple as that. And then I'm just going to go to the app global and just grab all these three lines, these ones, just cut these ones and bring them into the main here, the main.scss. And now you can actually delete the global.css, this one. Okay, so I'm just trying to make this one really understandable. So in the layout, go ahead and update this, the global.scss. So I'm just going to remove this, and you can put dot slash and then go into styles, and then inside the styles you have main.scss. Okay, so we have linked this new one, our main.scss. Then we have this page, and then another thing we normally just do is you can go to Tailwind config. The Next.js, they normally add in the background image, so you can just go ahead and also remove this background image. Okay, So now we have our app. So go in the page, and then in the page here, I'm just going to remove also this one, this main. I'm just going to put a div. So I'm just going to say dot flex dot items center. Let me just items. Let me just first enter this. Okay, just write like this, a div. Okay, so yes, go here and let's give a class name, okay, of flex items center for now, items center, and then I'm just going to say justify bit center also, justify center, and let me also give the min height of screen, and then inside here I'm just going to put h2 dot text 3 excel. Okay, and then inside here I'm just going to say this is the home page, or in fact invoice, not invoice, this time is inventory management software, okay, the way they call it, and this is going to be in the center. So just start our here. I'm just going to go ahead and I say npm run dev. Okay, and if you check here, you're going to see that it is actually going to run the Next.js 14, and you can see here Next.js 14, and I'm just going to open this in localhost 3000. Okay, meanwhile you can also go ahead and check the packages, and you'll see that here the Next.js is Next.js 14. Okay, so that's cool. Close all these pages, the layout, and all this. So we have this. I can remove also this image, is not necessary. Okay, great. So let's just go, and yeah, so we have our inventory management software, and this is the starting point. Okay, so looking at this, as we said, we are going to build this home page and all this, the front. We are going to start with the back office, or what we call the dashboard, and then these ones we are going to create them later on because they are under free and they can access them any time. But for now, let's start with the dashboard since we don't have really much that time. Okay, so now what we want to do is look at the layout. So if you look at this layout, we have two things. We have the sidebar, and then we have this rest of this content, okay, that is in white. And then in this side we have the header, and then we have the the main content. Okay, so I'm just going to go to our just going to go in the app, and in the app, first of all, I'm just going to create a new folder. Okay, and I'm just going to say this one, the new folder, I'm just going to call it back office. So you can just call any name, and make sure you put this inside this. Okay, let me just try to zoom in so that you see what I'm doing. So inside this, you're supposed to put, and just put back office, or you could just say backend or whatever, just whichever name you want. But this one is not going to count. Okay, if you put something like back office and you put it in this parenthesis, it is not going to be in the URL. Okay, if I just do like this, and then inside this I put a new folder, and there I can just put dashboard. Okay, you can put dashboard, and then inside it, the dashboard, we can start creating the new pages. Okay, so you see, when you go on the dashboard, you will land on the home. Okay, so this first one you land on is the home. Okay, is the home, and let me see, you can have this home, and then on this home it has these, I think it is by default on the getting started. Okay, so we have all these different folders: the home, inventory, sales, and all this kind of stuff. Okay, so now we can create the home. So inside the dashboard, you can just create a new folder and you call it home. Okay, and then of course inside the home is where you have these pages. The dashboard, if you look at the routing here, you have home, and inside the home you have the dashboard, you have the getting started, okay, and then you have these recent updates. Okay, so that is it. You have this as the home, and then inside the home you have also different routes, and you have these ones, the dashboard, these three are here. Inside the home you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you can just, first of all, let's go ahead and put the page for the starters, page.jsx. Okay, and do RFC, and inside here this first of all, let me reduce this, and let me also reduce in this. Okay, that is much better. So you just say here the home, maybe just say h2 and you say home. Okay, and then inside I'm just going to expand this again, and inside the home you just create a new folders. Is where we have the dashboard. Okay, and then inside the home you have also other things like, let's see, you have getting started, you have announcements and updates. Okay, so inside the home we have also announcements. Okay, we have updates. Okay, and then finally inside that you have the getting started, so you can see getting started, okay, as the folder, just like that, and that is inside the home. Then moving on is this, still the under the dashboard. This whole thing we are calling it the dashboard. Okay, or you could just call it app or whatever you just want. And let's just move on. I'm just going to call it, of course, the dashboard. And then inside this dashboard we have other links like inventory, sales, purchases, integrations, reports, and all these ones are under the dashboard. So just create those ones, inventory. So for instance, inside the dashboard we're just going to create a new folder, inventory. Okay, and then we have the sales. So inside here create sales. Okay, and then you have the purchases. So inside here create another one, purchases, purchases, and then we're just going to go ahead, let me minimize this. We have next is integrations, reports, integrations, not inside here, inside this, integrations. Okay, and then we have reports, and then finally we have documents. Okay, so this is all the routes or all the links we have on the sidebar. These are all the links here. I think the They are the ones. Let me see if there is any. I think that they are the ones. Okay. Now, after that, that means I'm just going to create a layout page, and the layout we are going to create is going to be not inside the dashboard. Okay, you can just put it in the back office. Okay, and then all the pages, they will use that. Okay, actually, even if you put it, I think, inside the dashboard, but I'm just going to put it inside the back office. So go into the back office and create a new, and call this one layout.js. Okay, and then you can just say RFC and make sure this one is layout, and then here accept children. Okay, children, just like that. And then first of all, let's give this a class name. I'm just going to say bg gray, maybe 200 300, and this is for testing purposes. You just say children, just like that. And this one, if you check it, you see it is inside the back office, and this back office is actually not really working anything when you go to this stuff here. Okay, so the first thing we are going to have, of course, inside we have the home. Okay, dashboard, then we have home. So when someone clicks on the to log in, we want to take them onto that one as the first thing. Okay, so we are going to go inside the dashboard and then inside the home, and we can even go to the dashboard. So inside the home, we already have this page.jsx here. I don't know if this is really necessary. Okay, because we have the home, which is also having other pages. Okay, which is having like the dashboard. So just go inside the home here, and inside the dashboard, let's put this page.jsx and say RFC. Okay, and I'm just going to put here this one as dashboard. Okay, and then just put here h2 saying dashboard. Okay, and let's go to our app. Okay, and I'm just going to go to localhost here. We could put also the link somewhere to help us go very fast to our dashboard. So here, let me go to the home page. Let me go to this home page so that I can put this page here. Let me put a link that is going to help me navigate very fast. So just a link, and next link. Okay, let's put here href and just do like that. So want to go to, so just going to this one, the back office will not be included in the routing. Okay, so we start with the dashboard. So go to the dashboard. Okay, so you just go to the dashboard, or we could just make this one as app. Let me just make this one as app. I don't know if that one is going to create a confusion, because we already have like the dashboard, and I feel like dashboard. Maybe this one we'll call it I just call it inventory. Okay, I just call this one inventory. What can we call it? Maybe like inventory, then like dashboard. Yeah, I think that is okay. Just call it inventory. Okay, I just use that onto all of them. Just use the inventory. So I'm just creating that one so that we get a better routing. Okay, it is still renaming. Renaming dashboard to inventory is taking some time. Meanwhile, let me just close all these pages. I don't know why it is not renaming. And I don't know, how about app? Okay, so if it is not renaming, I'm just going to stick with the dashboard. They just move with that. Okay, let me just stick with that. Unable to commit, blah blah. Let me just stick with my dashboard, and inside the dashboard we have all these things here. Okay, so I'm just going to come here and I say you go to dashboard. So I say on the routing we have the inside our app we have this. The back office will not be included in the routing, and then inside the back office is where we have the dashboard. So dashboard is the first starting point, and inside the dashboard we have the home, and then inside the home we have the dashboard. Okay, we have the dashboard. Okay, so here we have this home. Inside the home we have dashboard, and then inside the dashboard is where we have this dashboard. Okay, so let me just go back here and just put here view dashboard. Okay, and let's just make sure there is a margin bottom onto this one, a margin bottom of about 4, and even the flex here, let's just make it flex core. Okay, I just go and see now. So just go and view the dashboard and let's see if we have this. So you can see I have the dashboard, and you can see it is using the layout. As you can see, it has this background. If you remember, the background we have put is inside the back office, this layout here. If I just go ahead and I put this one as a min height screen, you see that it will just have this or this one turned into like that. Okay, so this is the purpose why we are using this this kind of naming, so that we actually create another layout leaving alone this other layout. So this layout, the first one, will use this one, and this one is working on the entire app. Okay, Then this one is going to work on only the backend. Okay, this one is working only onto the side of the back office, just like this. Okay, so let's start, and maybe this one we could name this one as in I feel like this dashboard, then home. Dashboard doesn't make much sense. Okay, let's look at their naming. They have home, then if you just click on dashboard, they have the inventory dashboard. Okay, maybe we actually rename it to that, inventory dashboard. So inside the dashboard, you can just go and home. Okay, and we can just, instead of dashboard, we can just call this one stats. So I'm just going to first of all close this. We're just going to call this one stats so that it makes sense. So the first one is going to be maybe overview instead of the dashboard. Let's call it overview. Okay, that one makes much sense. And this one changes our in the page here. This one goes to home, and then it is overview, just like that. Okay, then even in the routing, okay, so here in the routing, this one becomes overview, just like that. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we are still having there, and this is much better. We have dashboard, home, overview. This one is really much better. Okay, so now let's just take some few to actually work on this layout. So in our layout for the back office, okay, in our layout in the back office, we have if you look at this, I'm just going to minimize this dashboard. We have this layout that we find inside the back office. So we have this layout. Now inside this layout, we can do many things here, and let's start by saying first of all is that if you look at this, it has these two sides. So that is the flex. So I'm just going to go ahead and do something like, okay, so inside there I'm just going to say flex. Okay, since I have two things, I can first even remove this so that we understand it properly. So I will have flex, and after that I have two items. You can give them width. Okay, so you can just say, for instance, we can have this one with a width of maybe we can have the one of width, let's say width of a third, maybe let me see, if you see 1 over maybe 1 over 4, and then the other one, or you could just like really give this one a fixed figure. Let's say width maybe 64. Let's see this, and then here this is the sidebar. So here is the sidebar, and then we have this other main. So here we have the main, and this is where our layout actually the children falls inside here. Okay, so this one is where we put the children, just like this. Okay, and then we could just go ahead and say give this one a class, and we could just give this one a width of full, just like that. And let me just go ahead and give them different things. Let me give this one a min height of screen, and BG slate, I'm just going to say BG slate 900. Okay, and then this one I'm just going to give it bg slate, and let's say 100, and for now let's just say text slate 50 in the sidebar. And then in this main area here, we're just going to stay with that. Let me also give this one a main height of screen. Okay, so let's just go ahead and see what is happening. Just going to drag this one nearby here. Okay, so you can see already we are having something really nice. You can see where the sidebar is, and you see where the dashboard is placing itself. Okay, so this is getting similar to this. Okay, I feel like this one is much more smaller, so I just reduce this to maybe 60. Let me just see. The available ones are 60. Let's try 60 and see. Yeah, okay. Can we try 50 something? There is 56. Let's see 56 what it is. Okay, I think 56 is right. So that is, yeah, that is the right one. So we have 56, and this is what we have here. Okay, and that is great. So now we can go ahead and put the header. So this other part here, okay, so this is this part here. It has also some things. It have the header. So on top of this here, we can go and say create a folder very fast. So I'm just going to create a folder here for components, and then inside these components I'm just going to create a new file. In fact, let's just create a new folder, and I'm just going to call this one dashboard, and this one is going to be all the stuff that are going to be building the dashboard. And we're just going to start with the header dot jsx, just like that, rfc. Okay, I'm just going to make a simple header. Just give a class here and give a bg of slate, maybe 300, and let me just put h2 saying header here is here, just like that. And I'm just going to use this header now in our dashboard, and just going to go to home and overview, not in this, just in the layout. So in the layout here, not in this layout here, inside here, before this, I'm just going to go ahead and put the header. So just come here and see header, and you're getting this from the dashboard. Okay, just like this. So every children will have this header. So if I just do that, we must now get an update where we have header here. Okay, and let's make sure that all the pages we create them, they are actually following this. Okay, so I'm just going to go to inside the dashboard, and let's go to the home, and inside the overview, I'm just going to copy the inside of this one, go to this other, just go and create a new page dot jsx and paste this, and this one is getting started. So just come here and you say getting started. Okay, and just say come and put this one here, get started, just like that. And then I'm just going to do the same thing to announcements. So create new page, so page dot jsx and rfc. I just paste all this, and this one is announcements. Okay, and then I'm just going to go ahead and create this one as announcement. Okay, and then so we have this inside the home, we have all these pages we have finished, and I think the last one is updates. So I'm just going to say page.jsx and just paste all these ones, and this is updates, and then we have this the updates. So just see here updates, just like that. Okay, so you can just test all these pages if they're using the layout. So just going to go here and I say, for instance, updates. Okay, and you can see we are on the updates. You can just go and see announcements. Okay, announcements, you can see announcements, and you can finally say getting started. Okay, getting started, and you can see get started. So we have all these, and the layout is working on them. Okay, the layout is working on them, and that is great. So you can just go ahead and put all other pages, the inventory, sales, purchases, and all these other ones. Okay, we can just simply put and make sure that the page is actually working and the layout is also working there. So just go and simply minimize this home, and you can just go to, for instance, all these other ones, sales, create a page. So you say page.jsx, and you can just paste this, and this is sales. Okay, and then change this one to sales, just like that. Go to the next one, and this is jsx, just like that. Go to reports, and let me put also page.jsx. Okay, and you have this, paste this. You can just see this is reports. Okay, and I'm just going to change this one to reports. Okay, and then you have these purchases. Just create page.jsx and paste this, and this is these are purchases. Okay, and then you have all this as purchases. Okay, and then you have the inventory. So just create here page.jsx and just paste this, and this is inventory. Okay, inventory, just like that, and just make sure this one you also name it as inventory. Okay, that is cool. And then the final one I think is integrations. So have the page.jsx, and this also have the integrations. So here just going to say integrations. Okay, and that is cool. And this one also it has to be integrations, just like that. Okay, I think we have all the pages, and finally I think these documents. I don't know if we make the documents, but just create for it the page.jsx and just say paste this, and this is the documents. Okay, and then just scroll up here, this one also documents. Okay, as simple as that. Okay, so we have all these the pages I think done. Okay, we have all the pages done. So if I just come to our app and I just say instead of home I say sales, so just see if it is using the you can see, so you have sales here. If you just go and say maybe documents, okay, so you can see we have the documents. So we have all these working properly. Okay, we have all these working properly. So the first thing we're just going to work on now is we are going to work on, we can start with I think we can start with this, the nav. Okay, we can start with this nav bar. Okay, or this header, we can start with this one. Okay, we can start with this this one. Okay, so just head to this, cross everything, and just going to switch to the header. Okay, just here. Okay, so in the header we have the first thing is the icon. So this is the button with an icon, and then we have the search. So if you think about it, we have these two, they are on the left, and then you have also these two, they are on the right. Okay, so I'm just going to add these two. So we have the left side and the right side. Okay, so in the left side we have, I'm just going to say flex, and then the first one is the refresh icon. So if you just like, this is the history, I think recent activities. So we have these two things. The first one, we have recent activities. So this is recent activities. Okay, and then we have also this one, which is the search. Okay, so we have the search. Cool. And then afterwards, so after this div, after this one, we have also this other div. So you can just say also flex, and then we have this other div which has all this bunch of icons, like this one, this. Okay, and I will also divide this into three. There is this first one, there is this three, and then there is these other three. Okay, I can start by installing the icons, and this time I'm not going to use React icons, I'm just going to use Lucid icons. Okay, so I'm just going to see Lucid, and I just found like Lucid icons, they are really cool. Let me check my internet, for some reason is not there. Okay, so my phone has gone off. Let me just come back in a second. Okay, so I'm just going to add the Lucid icons. So I'm just going to go to this Lucid website. This is their website. I think I like their icons. They are really clean and consistent. That is the most important thing. They are consistent. So just click on icons, and then we can start just working onto the icons. Okay, so we can first go to installation. Okay, so just right click on the guide, I guess, and we can just click on installation, and with npm is npm. And by the way, there's for React, before you install Lucid for the web, there is for React. So just go down here and grab the version for React, npm install Lucid React. Click on this, and let's go down here, and let's add this. Let me just minimize this, and here Lucid, npm install Lucid React. So I'm installing the icons for Lucid instead of using the ones for React icons. If you want to use React icons, you can still add React icons. I'm going to use Lucid. I think they are nice to me. So now down here under the recent activities, I'm just going to add a button, and in this button I'm just going to add that icon, and you can just go to the icons, and let's say here recent, maybe, it looks like it was like history, the icon. Yep, so we can just use this, the history icon, and if you just look at this, it looks like history but in the reverse. Okay, let's just look at this. There is no any other that is there. Just use this one. Okay, so if I just use this one, you can just simply come and here inside we can just simply say history. And if you have already Lucid React installed, you see that it gives you all these ones as components. Just click on it, and as simple as that, we have the icon inside. Okay, we can just go ahead and add the search. Let's first look at that icon if it has worked. Okay, so the icon is there, so that is good. Okay, so if you look at the that header, we can give it a height. Okay, this whole header, I'm just going to give it a height. Let's start with 14. Let's say flex. Okay, let's say items center, and then just say also justify between, and let's give padding x like 8. Okay, and let's see how this one looks like. Okay, that one looks okay, just a bit bigger. We can just try 12. Okay, great. So that one actually is great. Now onto this, the BG. Let's try BG. We can use slate still 100 or 50. Let's just try 50 and see how it looks like. Okay, I think let's try 100 and see. Okay, and yep, I think 100 will work. And let me just make this one gray. I see if there is a difference with gray. Let's see. There is not really big difference, but I think that one is actually gray. Okay, yep, just go with gray 100 and it looks fine. Okay, let's go to this icon. I'm just going to change here, just give a class, and this one you can give it a width of 5, a height of 5. Okay, and let's see here. Yep, that size is okay, and then also the color, we can just maintain the color. Yes, give it 6, and even here 6. Okay, that is done. And then next is the search. So we have this search here, and for the search, I'm just going to go to just head to Flowbyte. Okay, just going to head to Flowbyte, and let's just go here and we add search input. Okay, so for the search, let's just go down here. They have the search. If you look at the search, we want the search which has no button, but it has the search icon at the beginning. So I'm just drag this here nearby and scroll down, and you can see they have this which has this selection whereby you can select some things. I'm not going to add that. I'm just going to add a normal search with an icon, as simple as that. I'm just going to go back here, and I will just go to this where we have a simple search. This one is the one which has this icon. Okay, So I'm just going to go ahead and copy this, expand the code, and I will not copy this button. I don't need the button at the end. I just simply need this div, which has the only this one. Okay, I don't even need the label, because the label is actually also not there, but we can just copy it. Okay, in fact, let me just copy this. Just right click, copy, and I'm just going to create a component here under these components called search. So I'm just going to have this new, I'm just going to say search here dot, can you just say search input dot js6, and just say rfc. Okay, and inside here just going to put a form, and inside this form just going to simply put this one. Okay, so quickly go to this input, and then that this add this slash to remove that error, and let me just take back this one. Okay, and then for this icon we just need a search icon. You can just first go to the icons and you can just say search. Okay, so we can just get a search icon, maybe this search. Okay, so just come and remove this svg just like so, and let's look at the properties. It has a width and height of 4 and text gray. So I'm just going to copy these ones, cut them, and let's remove the svg here, and instead let's add the search icon. So there is search from Lucid React, just like that, and let's give it a class name and paste these classes. Okay, and let's go and bring this search. Okay, I want to bring this search into the header. So after this, let me just add the search here. So search input. Okay, just like that, and let's see how this one looks like. Okay, so we have the search. Okay, we have the search here. Now we could just go ahead and add the, I'm just going to go ahead and add, I don't like this whole thing here, this here, and this one sometimes is added by Flowbyte. Okay, so for the forms, what we're just going to do is we are going to use Tailwind forms plugin. So you can just simply go to here and you can just say add Tailwind forms, just search for that Tailwind forms, just click on this GitHub link. Okay, and let's see the steps you need to add. Just come here, install Tailwind forms, copy this, just go up here and let's install Tailwind forms. Okay, just see if I've copied this. Did I copy this? Okay, let me just go back here. So just install the Tailwind forms. Okay, so it is installing the Tailwind forms, and the only thing you just need to do is add them to the plugins. Just add these plugins, just Tailwind forms plugin, copy this and just go back to the Tailwind config. Under plugins, just put this plugin, as simple as that. Okay, so after doing this, it will somehow come and change this. You can see, and I like this. First of all, I'm just going to go back to close these pages, all these pages, close these pages. Okay, close all these pages. Let's remain with the header and close this. So on this search input, first of all, on this flex, let's give the, we can give the gap of maybe 3. Okay, just add some space in between here. Yeah, that gap looks fine. And if you just go back here, this input really looks smaller than this. Okay, so we can just come to this input, search input, and what is the input? The padding here, instead of padding of, they have padding of this one. So I'm just going to say px instead of doing this. I'm just going to say px of maybe 3, but then py of 1.5. okay, just like that. And let's see if this changes this here. Okay, so you can see this changes. And for the px, you can just stick to 2. Okay, I can still stick this to 2, and this looks more better. Okay, it looks more better. You can search this, search in customers, and you can see you only search in customers. Search in customers. So I'm just going to do a placeholder which says search in customers, just like that. Okay, and then it has this hover going on. If you hover, you can add that. I'm not going to add this hover, just leave it like this. Okay, so next is putting the putting this site on the right. So on the right we have very many icons, but they are into different phases. Okay, so I'm just going to go back to the header, and this is the first segment, this one. So the second segment is this one, and in the second segment we have 3 types of icons. Okay, so here the first one is where we have the plus icon. Okay, and then the second one is where we have these 3 icons, and then we have this one. So this first thing is the first, this plus icon, and it has this nice tooltip on it. Okay, it has this tooltip on it. I don't know if we need to get a way of getting those tooltips. Let me see here if I can get a tooltip. Yeah, tooltip. Let me see the tooltips here, how they look like. Okay, I see. Okay, so this one is going to work. Okay, we have the nice tooltip here. So just going to use this button, and then we add a tooltip. Okay, so let's just go, and they have the placements. Under placement, let's see. So first we can have this one of placing it at the bottom. Okay, so expand this. Okay, what is the one tooltip on the bottom? Just simply copy this. Okay, copy this, and let's see if it is in any div. It is not. So I'm just going to go this, and I'm just going to have this plus icon. I'm just going to add a div. So just add a div. Okay, just like that, and inside let me put this. Okay, and first of all, to change these classes, I'm just going to select all these classes, class, Control F, and then Control H. Just going to replace them with class name. Okay, just like that. Okay, and then let's go ahead and see instead of putting the word tooltip, I'm just going to go ahead and add the icon, and you can just go to the icons here, and then we have the plus icon, just like this one, plus. Okay, so I'm just going to go here where we have this, I guess this here, tooltip bottom, and you can just come here and say tooltip bottom. Here just put the plus icon, plus from Roasted React, just like that. And let's first see how this one looks like. So we have this plus, and the tooltip is not activated. I think this one requires JavaScript. Let's first see. On top here they must say something like that. Before continue, make sure you have the Flowbyte JavaScript file. Okay, so this one requires Flowbyte, the JavaScript. Let's just go to shard. Okay, I'm just going to search for go to tooltip. Let me see here the tooltip by shard toast. There is tooltip. Okay, hover. Okay, so this is the tooltip they have. Let's see if they have like usage, if you can just like add it anywhere you want. Okay, I don't know if this is really necessary. Okay, to use this whole plugin to add this. And do we have access to the tooltip itself? We have the provider, then like hover, and then we have this add to library. I think we can style this. Okay, so let me just for now, let me first we can just go and add shard. We'll be using shard in very many areas. For now, let me just add the icons. Okay, let me first keep it simple. Let me just add the icon, and then we'll see how we are going to add these tooltips. And you can see they all have, so we're just going to map. We just simply do a map, I guess. Okay, for all these icons, these first all these icons. So I'm just going to, for now, let me just first keep it let me just keep it simple before putting this tooltip, which I just put maybe in some episode. For now, let me just go and put a button, a simple button. So I'm just going to remove all this. I'm just going to put a button. Okay, and this button I'll just put a plus icon. Okay, give this one a class, and let's give it a padding of 1, and let's give it bg blue. Okay, we can just give it bg blue, maybe 600, and let's look at how this looks like. Okay, and let's go ahead and give the color. So this has white and it is rounded. So give here class name, and the class name of this is going to be text slate 50. Let's give width. I just give width of 6 and height of 6 maybe. Then this one, let's say it is rounded LG. and let's look at it. Okay, this looks still big. Let's reduce the width here to 4, and also this one to 4. Yeah, that is the correct size. Okay, so we have that, and then we have all these the same icons, but they don't have the these ones. So I'm just going to come here and I'll put this button in a div. First of all, I'll give it a padding right of about 2, and let's say border right, and then just say border gray, maybe 300. Okay, and just put this, and let's see how it looks like. Okay, so I'm trying to put this border that is there, and I think that is the one. Okay, just move on. We have all these other icons. Okay, these other icons which are the same thing. I'm just going to come here, and let's see, they are not links, actually they are buttons. So I'm just going to simply come here and copy this one. Okay, I'm just going to come and copy this this button, this one, Ctrl C, and then at the end of this button, I'm just going to add this one, display flex. So this one is going to be flex, and put this button. So this first one, I'm just also going to put the border, actually the same exact border I have here. So I'm just going to copy this border here and paste onto this one, and then onto the first one. The first icon is this users, and you can just go here on Rosit and you can put users, and then we have like these users here. There is users and user 2. I'm just going to simply put the users 2. So just come here and you say users 2. Okay, and duplicate this one. Okay, and this BG, they only have the BG on hover. I'm just going to say hover, and it's going to be also BG slate, maybe 100, in fact 200. Okay, I'm just going to see, let me first look at that. Okay, so by default, let's give the color to this. This one is text slate 900. Okay, yeah, so this is how it is looking like right now. And I don't know why we have only one user. Yes, users maybe. And let's see. Okay, so this one is great. So we have that, and let's see. Okay, we have that, is good. And let's go and duplicate this many times. So there are 3, 2, 3. So if you check right now, we have those 3, and let's change the icons. So we have the notification and the settings. So we have the notification, which is the bear actually. So there is bear dot. We will put the one which says bear. So the second one. So the users, and then here I'm just going to say bear dot bear. Okay, And then the third one is the settings. Okay, so the settings is the gear. Okay, so we have these settings. So just come here and just say settings. Okay, I like the fact that they give you this. You don't have to come and import them. Automatically they are importing them for you. So this is really great. For me, I find it really great. So already we have these we have all these icons already working. Let me just go and give them some spacing. Okay, so these three icons, they have this. Okay, you can use the space here, a space X like of 2, and let's see. Okay, that is good. And then finally we have this one which has this here, the organization. Let's close this. Yeah, you have this which has this the name of the organization and blah blah. Okay, so I'm just going to put that one with this text. Okay, let me just go here and let me just go ahead. Let me just go ahead and put that one outside, so it is outside. So if you think about these there are 3, these 1, 2, 3, so we have those 3. They are going also to be in their own div here. So I'm just going to say dot flex. Okay, and let's just look at the gap of maybe 6. Okay, so I'm just going to first put this one which has this. Okay, when you click on it, it opens that side thing, the organization, just like that. And you can just go ahead and put a button, and then in this button I have the name, and then I have let me put this name in the span. So cut this into the span, and then let's put the icon at the end here. So you can just go and get the chevy like this down here, this chevy down. Just get this chevy. So I'm just going to come here and I add the icon, okay, which is Chevron down, I guess. Let me just see the actual name here. So it is Chevron down. Chevron down. Chevron, I think it's Chevron down. Okay, just like that. And okay, and we can just have a look at that expression. Okay, I think it was just still loading. Okay, so we have this. Let's give go ahead and give it first of all, give it a class name. Okay, let's give it a width of 3, a height of 3, and then this one you're going to give this button a flex, just like that. Let's see. Okay, and of course give it let's give it for now give for here, and let's give here the item center. Okay, so you can see that, and then in all these items we can also give a gap. So between this flex here, and there is also this one, and then this one. Let's give first of all items center, and let's give a gap of about 3. Let's see how this one turns out. Okay, so this is great. Okay, so finally we have the last one, which is the image. I'm just going to go and save this image. I use the very image. Okay, I'm just going to go to the application. Let me just go and get it from okay. Let's just go to Fabric. Let me just add this one as user. Okay, so I'm just going to connect this. We have the image and then this icon. There are the 3 things. So even this user is going to be a button. So lastly down here, just going to have after this one, I'm just having another button. Okay, and then inside this button I have the image of the user, and I can just go and use the image from next image. Okay, and let me just go and see. So you can just first check the width and height of this. Okay, so this one has a width 96, it's a square of 96. So just give it a width of 96 and height also of 96. And let me give it a class name of, first of all, rounded. So this is having rounded full. Okay, is having rounded full, and then it is having the no border, but it's having rounded full. And for the width, we can give it a width. Let's first not give it width. I show you something. I just give it alt of user image. Okay, so if I just went back to this here, where is it? Okay, so okay, just add the source. Okay, okay, just have to add the source here. So add src. Okay, and you can just go ahead and add this as fabric. So just say as user.png. I guess must be a png. Okay, yeah. So you can just add this, and it's just going to load this image here. And you can see this image is really huge. So now we can just go ahead and give it a width here. So just say width about 8 and height 8. Okay, let's just look at this, how this will look like. Okay, so you can see this looks much better. Let's see. Okay, it has also a border of black, but yeah, looks like it is working. Just add this one to 9, and let me just give it a border, and then border gray, maybe gray 100 or border 200. Let's look at the border, and just make it maybe slate 900. Okay, so yeah, that is looks much better. Okay, maybe let's stick to 8. Okay, and this one we can also stick to 800. Okay, so that is better. That is really much better. And finally is one icon. Okay, if I just minimize this button, you can just, like, we have one more, and this gap, let's make it about 3 also, not add really crazy space. Okay, that is better. They just add one icon, which is the last one, this one. And I'm just going to come here and I say grid. I think it is grid, or yeah, I think it is grid. You can just add this layout grid. Okay, so I'm just going to add the button also here, which is also layout. Inside here is going to have the icon of layout grid. So you can just come here and you see layout grid from Lucid, just like that. And you can just see how nice Lucid icons, using them is really seamless. And they just give this one width of maybe 6, height of 6, and of course we want this one to be text slate, like 900. Okay, all right, so this somehow marks the beginning of our dashboard. You can see already the dashboard is having a lot of similarities. Okay, and I'm just going to give it has a border. I think it has also a box shadow. So just go to this header. Okay, I'm just going to go give it a border bottom. So you can just say border, and you can say border bottom, and then you can just say border also color, so border gray, or you could just say border slate, and then you just say maybe 300, and then let's give it shadow of that, and let's see at how it looks like. That shadow is too big. Just remove this shadow here. The shadow is too much shouting. Okay, and I think there is no shadow actually. Yeah, there is. We just stick to this, only the border. Okay, and also the border we could also give it maybe here 200, so that it is not really that visible. Okay, that one looks much better. Okay, so you can see that the preliminary, the header looks really much close, and I'm really happy that we have that already just getting done. And let's just work on to the sidebar, and we stop on the sidebar. After working on the sidebar, we stop there, and even adding these other links, we'll add them in another video. Right now what I want is to simply add this stuff down there, and we just like make the layout look somehow like this one. Okay, so just turn into the sidebar. So I'm just going to go to components and create in these components. Make sure you are creating inside the dashboard. So create a new file, and let's just go on this sidebar.jsx. Okay, and the sidebar that we had in the layout, so back office layout, this sidebar we have here, this one. Okay, so just cut this and just come here on RFC, and let's add this as sidebar. Okay, and just go back to the layout, and then on top here simply add the sidebar. Okay, just like that, and we should just have exactly the same thing. Okay, just like that. Yeah, so we have exactly the same thing. Now it's just a matter of working now on the sidebar. If you look at the sidebar, has actually not many components. It has this footer which has this icon here. Okay, and then it has the header which has the icon plus the name, and then we have these other links, and then we have also this premium thing. Okay, so I first work on these three parts. It basically has like these two parts. It has on top two parts and the bottom two parts. So I'm just going to go in the sidebar, and inside the sidebar we have the top part. Okay, the top part and the bottom part. Okay, so here we have also the bottom. So in the top we have the logo. Okay, and then we have also the links, and then down in the bottom part, we have the subscription, the subscription card, and then we have down the footer icon. Okay, so these are the ones we have. Let's start with the top part, which is the logo. Okay, let's start with the top part here, and for this I'm just going to say display flex. So just add flex, and this should be the top part. So inside here we have the logo and then the links. Okay, so let's start with the logo. The logo is also a flex. First of all, this one has to be a flex core. Okay, and then this logo, it is a flex. Okay, and then it has the icon of the cat. I don't know if that is the cat or something. Let's get our icon. Look for the icon, and since it is an inventory, we can just get a vehicle, maybe vehicle inventory. So maybe products. Okay, we just get like any can work. Just use this cart, shopping cart icon, or you could just use any of these. They used something like looks like a cart or something, but they just use the cart. So I'm just going to come here, and I say inside here I'm just going to have a shopping cart. Okay, shopping cart. Okay, I just have the shopping cart, and then I'm just going to have a span of saying inventory. Okay, and this one should be a link, I guess. If you check, this is actually it's not a link. Okay, so it's okay. So you can just leave this one here. This is the logo and everything here. I just give it text slate text. I think we already have this one somewhere up. Text slate, yeah, that is okay. So I have that. Let's see how this one looks like. Okay, this is how it looks like. Let's go ahead and give a small padding. Okay, so to this, let's go and add padding. So in my opinion, padding Y should be much bigger, so just give like padding 3 and then px2. let's see how this one is going to. Okay. Yeah, they gave just equal padding. They just go with padding 3, just like that. They give equal padding all the sides. They just also give the equal padding. Okay, and then for this one, I'm just going to, you can use space like 3, add some spacing between them, just like that. And the spacing here is not much, so I'm just going to go ahead and add 2. And this span, I'm just going to give it a text. You can give it text board. I think it's a font. Is it font? Is it on the text or on the font? Let's see. Yeah, okay. So this one will work for now. It looks like just like smaller. And I just work with same board. Same board, and let's say text to Excel. Let's see. That looks like much bigger. I just say text L and align items. So here just say add items center. Okay. Okay, so this looks fine. Okay, so you have the inventory here. Now what I just want is to go and add also these ones, but then I also want to add the last ones. And the background for this seems to be different. Let me just go and add the background. It's a BG slate. I think just give it 950 to be more dark than the usual one. Let's see how this one looks here. No much difference. Okay, let's just what did I put? I don't think there is a need for that. Yeah, let's just put it actually. So what we do is we remove this padding. Okay, a minute. I'm just going to remove this padding, and I will simply put the padding onto this one. But let's first do this BG slate. Okay, and I'm just going to make the original one to have 800 instead of 900. So just make this one 800, and this one has 950. And let's also see how that one looks like. Okay, so that one is good. So let's give padding onto this one, padding Y of 3, maybe 4, and PX of 2. Okay, that one looks much better. Yeah, so we'll do the same thing like this for the bottom. I think maybe padding Y, we could make it 3. And this same thing, I'm just going to copy this. Okay, for the bottom, yeah, I'm just going to add here for the bottom. I'm just going to say flex dot flex column. Okay, just like that, and add this. And let's change, we remove this text, and let's add the chevron. Okay, just come here and let's add the chev. Okay, and this time I want to add this the one facing left, this one, chevron left. So you can just come here and say chevron left, chevron left. Okay, just this one, just like that. And on this here, let's just go and give justify. Let's just give justify between, and this should push this to the okay. Let's see, we have this part which has the logo, and then we have also this bottom part here. Okay, so the justify seems like is not working. Maybe we could just give this one flex end, I don't know. Let's see. Justify, is it justify? I don't know if that one can push it. Okay, so let's first add other things inside here. I just need to have this and then have these links. So for the links, let's just have the links. Where are the links? So in the after the top part, and then we have this. So in the top part, I will have this, the logo, which we have here, and then the nav links. So I will put the nav, and inside the nav, I'm just going to put the links, the link from next link, just like that. And let me put, for instance, the first one, which is home. Okay, and let's say class name, flex, and flex column, and let's give a gap of maybe 4, and yep, let me just put href here. Okay, so for each link has an icon, so just have, maybe here we can just say home. Does Lucid have home? They just have like this home icon, and then you have this span. Okay, let's try to duplicate these links and see. Okay, href. Okay, so we have these the links just like this. The first thing is these icons have to change the, let's give them a class name, and let's give the width of maybe 6 and this of 6, and let's give also this one a padding of 3, maybe 2. Okay, the seems like the icons have not changed here. Can I give them 4? Let's try 4 and see. Okay, so 4, yeah, I think 4 is perfect. I'm just going to come here. For each link, I give a class name and give a flex items center, and let's give space x of maybe 2. Okay, let's go and see. Okay, so this looks good. Now I'm just going to remove this second one so that I work on the first one. Okay, so I will have this link, copy this, which has already 4, and it has inventory. So there is this inventory here. So inventory, and this one which has the inventory is a button. Okay, it is a button, but for now let's just work to have all these just links there, just like that. I will simply duplicate. So here the name is inventory, just like that. Okay, just change this icon to the inventory. Let's see. I don't think inventory is there, but we can just have let me cross here. We can just have this selection of icons. Okay, so let me just simply duplicate these ones, and we have also this stuff. I think this should be enough for this tutorial. We'll resume and put the icons and work on the sidebar in the next episode. I feel like we have spent a lot of time in this episode. Let's just spend some time, and I'll be back with the next episode. So if you're liking the content, please like and subscribe to my channel, and be sure to share with other people and tell them about the channel. Thank you so much. See you in the next episode.